you're going to need a fork and a knife. This is Deep Dishing Sports with Bruce and Eli.
But the obvious thing, the elephant in the room, the viral video was Javon Wims going up and kind of, I guess, cheap shotting CJ Gardner-Johnson, the corner.
Oh, yeah. The first shot was it?
Yeah,
Was it
first shot was a cheap shot.
That was to get his attention because he kind of stood there. It was like,
not only did he stay there, but like the way that Javon Wims, like after he threw that punch or slap, whatever that was, and then like he jumped back to kind of like, because he was anticipating him like retaliating. And then he saw him not retaliate, so he decided to throw another punch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get another one in since you're not gonna do anything. Let me hit your helmet again.
Oh man. But okay, let's just break this down because I feel like a lot of people were very emotional reacting to this, and understandably so. It was a frustrating game. The Bears' offense was very, very frustrating in this game, and Javon Wims isn't necessarily, Allen Robinson. He's not a player that produces. So a lot of fans went to Twitter and were calling for his head. I get it. Even when I saw it the first time, when I saw the replay, I was like, get this dude out of here. Like, just get him out of here. I don't want to look at a number 83 again. Like that was my immediate thought. Then I was like, all right, let me calm down. What the hell just happened? Because that isn't normal. That isn't normal on any NFL Sunday, especially on a Matt Nagy coached football team.
Exactly.
So it came out after the game that CJ Gardner-Johnson did a couple of things. I think the first one was him sticking his finger inside of Anthony Miller's face mask, trying to poke his eye, which that's like a big no-no in football. Only the dirtiest of dirty players do some stupid stuff like that.
Right.
Then there was a clip that showed Javon Wims coming up to talk to CJ Gardner-Johnson after a play. And the way based off of what I watched, Javon Wims went up to talk to Gardner-Johnson. It wasn't like disrespectful. He wasn't in Gardner-Johnson's face. He wasn't pushing him. He didn't put his hands on him, nothing. He just went up to talk to him. And Gardner-Johnson, you see him snatch Wims's mouthpiece from his face mask, which later in the broadcast, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck kind of noted because it was just sitting there on the field, like a couple of possessions. And then you saw a player pick the mouthpiece up and just toss it.
That's disgusting. COVID. Come on, guys.
Well, speaking of disgusting and COVID, apparently Javon Wims came out and said that Gardner-Johnson spit in his face, or tried to at least.
Ooh.
Which, again,
that's even
COVID and disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, when you're going through a pandemic, just in general, that's like an obvious no-no. But like through a pandemic, that's crazy. That's crazy. And when you spit in someone's face, like, that to me is one of the ultimate forms of disrespect. One of the ultimate forms of an attack on your dignity, on your character. That's absolute disgust to me.
Yes.
And whatever happens after that happens. Like, if you get jawed, if you get drop kicked, if you get throat punched, if you get kicked in the balls, like, I don't know what will happen to you after that, but whatever it is, other than obviously killing you, it's justified in my opinion. So apparently Javon Wims came out and said that he spit in his face, so then Javon Wims took the opportunity after a play to walk up to Gardner Johnson, tried to snatch his mouthpiece, kind of like how Gardner Johnson did to Wims. Didn't work, so he gave him a jab, waited for a retaliation. Gardner Johnson did nothing. He just looked at the ref, gave him another jab.
Yeah.
And then a fight ensued and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of fans were very emotional about this, and not everyone, a lot of people were saying cut him. People are still saying, like tweeting at the Chicago Bears, have you cut Javon Wims yet? Is he cut yet? Why is he still on the team? All this other stuff.
Right.
So yeah, Bruce, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, because you know how I felt about that. I told you pregame how I felt about that. And I just said the timing was just, it was wrong. It was just at the wrong time. Like, take care of that afterwards, my thing is, so he comes out and said that Javon Wims comes out and said that Gardner spit in his face. Like you said, that's the ultimate disrespect. So now you got people saying, oh, well, we didn't see the footage, so he's lying. Oh, really? I mean, think about it. And okay, so if we didn't see it, right? If he didn't, let's just say he's making this up. I don't have an issue with Javon Wims protecting his teammates. Better yet, protecting himself. You see what I'm saying? Right. And at the end of the day, like I said, the timing of it was wrong. But like I was, talking to people on Twitter, I said, the Bears must have been, they are doing a great job of hiding the cancer that is Javon Wims. Because if this is like a first time thing for him, which I believe that he is, I don't think he's a cancer in a locker room. If this is a first time thing for him, then what set him off? Like, nobody's just gonna pop off the way he did. Like, he popped off, bro. Like, thinking about it now, it's funny. But when you saw it, you was like, what made Javon Wims of all people just pop off like that? Is that his nature? Is that his character? I don't think so. If it is, the Bears are doing a great job of hiding it. They're really trying to protect their 7th round investment from last year. You see what I'm saying? And then you got people that said, oh, cut him. I mean, he only got certain amount of catches on the year, and he only had one catch for not. Then cut him based on production, but don't cut him because he made a mistake at that moment. Again, he was defending his teammates. It was wrong. And obviously his team was upset at him because I really don't think they knew the situation at the time. They just saw Javon Wims hauling off on people, but on Gardner. But at the same time, it makes you wonder, like what happened? And for those out there that's saying like, oh, it doesn't matter what happened, he should just be more professional. Those are people that have either A, have never played a sport in their life, or B, have never had to stick up for a brother. Or themselves.
I mean, that's
or themselves. So, we're not sitting here. Deep Dishing Sports do not condone violence. Bruce and Eli.
No, I mean, we've talked about it. We don't condone violence. No, we don't.
Yeah, right. I know, right? We don't condone it at all. But it, for me, and I don't know. Maybe this is just who I am. You know me long enough. Like I just want to take a step back and let's just look at this big picture and just be like, yo, what made this man pop off the way he did? He's not like that.
Yeah.
He's not like that. So Gardner from New Orleans, he has a history anyway. And I'm not just saying he has a history with the Bears, because as you mentioned on I believe it was on our Deep Dishing Twitter page, what he did to Tariq Cohen last year.
Yep.
And Allen Robinson, he wasn't having that last year, so he went back at. But then just more recently, I read that the reason why Michael Thomas, the star wide receiver for New Orleans, why he got suspended a couple of weeks ago, is that he popped Gardner. He fought his own teammate. So what is it with this dude that's causing everybody to come at him the way they're coming at him?
Right.
It's one thing to be a trash talker. It's one thing to quote get under people's skin, but to the point where they want to do, like, people are looking to hurt you, fam.
Fight, like, go to blows.
Fight you, bro.
Yeah.
Your own teammate. Yeah. This Michael Thomas, like, he hit you. And now we fast forward a couple of weeks later. Now you got Javon Wims wanting to fight. Like, what are you doing to people? What are you saying to people? So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the release him or cut him crowd, calm down. Stop overreacting. Just stop it.
Yeah, it's a complete overreaction. And like, and everyone's like, Riley Ridley. Like, I get it. Like, the kid's brother is one of the best route running wide receivers in the league, and he's on a very productive offense over in Atlanta. But like, Riley Ridley is not good enough to be active on the team right now.
Yeah, hello.
So let's calm down with that talk.
Like,
let's calm down with the cut
God.
Javon Wims and bring up Riley Ridley. Like, Riley Ridley's not even good enough to wear a uniform on Sundays, apparently.
Exactly.
So like, that's got to calm down. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people, and I saw an exchange between you and someone on Twitter, someone said that a lot of people are exposing themselves on Twitter in terms of like having someone's back, or like you've never played a sport, or just like things like that. And it's very true. You can just tell by some of these reactions that, like, have you ever had to like go to blows for someone, or almost go to blows for someone for disrespect? Like,
yeah,
I don't. Again, we're not condoning what Javon Wims did. Even I tweeted on the Deep Dishing Pod account that he could have done it in a better way. But
right.
you have your brother's back, and Javon Wims has been part of this organization for long enough that those guys in that locker room they're probably pretty damn close. Like, like very close.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you
definitely.
even saw Tariq
Definitely.
Cohen, which you mentioned earlier, that Gardner Johnson was one of those dudes that last year, Bears fans remember when Tariq Cohen got hit and they were doing the short thing after he got popped. Gardner Johnson was one of those dudes. And Tariq Cohen, after the fight, he got on Twitter and said said something like, nah, get that man, or something like that.
Right.
So there's history there. So when there's history there and you're involved in a brotherhood and you care that much to not let anyone, like, you know, mess with that, then that kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff that happens. That's the kind of stuff that happens, and that's the kind of stuff that honestly maybe should happen. Like,
yeah. And all I'm saying is, and you know, ESPN, if you're listening,
we know
Fox
you are
Sports,
ESPN,
if you're listening,
secretly.
Right? If you stop shining the light on Javon Wims, like, I get it, I know he did it, but come on, man, what triggered him to do something like this? When, like I keep saying, man, that's not who he is. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you look, he was drafted by Pace, right? And we know the type of character guys that Pace goes for. Just look at the team. Who on the team that you say, oh, he's a question mark, his character is a question mark? That's the one thing you don't question about this team, is like the guys that got iffy characters. Like, that's just not. Pace may draft bad, but when it comes to that, he draft pretty high character guys, right? So when you look at Javon Wims, it just, like I said, just big picture, man. Like, what triggered him? And this kid, What's the kid name? Gardner. He has a history.
Right.
So Fox Sports, ESPN, stop just singling out Javon Wims. It's bigger. It's a bigger issue than just what he did at that moment.
But that doesn't bring in headlines, Bruce. Come on now. You know that.
Oh, I forgot. Damn, we dealing with the media. That's right.
It's about the headlines and the wild takes and the talking heads speaking nonsense.
Look what he did. Oh my God. What was he thinking? Really? Like, I watched it, bro.
I'm surprised he wasn't put in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anyone's.
I saw somebody say oh, that's assault. That's assault. He needs to go to jail. Shut up. Are you serious? It was people dude. Like, that's why. And I tweeted this, bro. I said, I'm too emotional right now. This is causing me to be emotional. I gotta take a step back, man. Someone said he assaulted. That's assault. He needs to be arrested. Wow. Okay. Okay. Then it was
a bit much.
All right. It's just too much, man.
But yeah, since then, since now it's Monday, the day after Javon Wims came out, or the NFL came out and said that they're suspending him for 2 games without pay, which I think that's justifiable. I'm sure that he'll appeal the 2-game suspension, maybe get it down to 1 game.
Right.
Even though it doesn't truly matter, because he's not a super important part of the team. So
right.
I don't think it hurts us a whole lot, but I mean, I think you serve your time and you move on with this, because at the end of the day, I know he's not super productive. I know he's just like a player, like just a plug-in guy at this point. But if one of our receivers do go down, if Allen Robinson does go down, if Darnell Mooney does go down, we're going to need him.
Next man up,
especially with the way this season is going, just in the NFL in general with injuries, we might need the dude. So and he's been part of Matt Nagy's offense for the last 2 years. So I don't think cutting him is a smart thing to do for that as well. So
overreaction. The cut him crowd. I'm gonna cut you. No, I don't believe in violence. Let me stop.
Slow down, B.
Just watch your back. Watch your back.